All right, welcome back to the That One Fall podcast. I am your host, That One Cactus, here with the co-host, Kyle.
Hello.
And the Royal Rumble just happened, so that's going to be what what the majority of this episode will be about. We have to go over the Women's Royal Rumble match, the Men's Royal Rumble match. We're going to go over the AJ Styles Gunther match, Sammy Drew, as well as like where this leaves us for storylines. Like what did we like about the Rumble, what did we dislike about the Rumble, and where do we go from here? Because a lot of things happened, and we're going to talk about them. Starting with the Women's Royal Rumble.
Uh, yeah, no, this is banger after banger after banger for
Yeah.
the entrance here.
Actually, before we get into the Rumble itself, like the match, what did you think of the show overall? Like, do you like the Rumble? Because I've seen like
Yeah.
mixed opinions online, so I'm just curious where you stand.
Overall, I think it was executed to a properly good level. Like, it definitely isn't a standout Rumble to me. It's a good one. It's up there for the most recent Rumbles we've had, but overall, it's not the best, but it's not bad at all. Like, I think for the women's, just to start off on that, the only thing that, like, I would say I was not, like, disappointed about, but, like, where's Bianca Belair? Like, she taking her time with that finger, which if she
Yeah,
has to, she has to, but, like, just unfortunate not to see her back. But other
yeah,
than that, like, really good there for the most part. Didn't really have any issues with that, and then, like, sad to see AJ go on that part. But yeah, that was a great match. Sammy vs. Drew, also a great match. Didn't have any really problems there. And then the men's rumble, yeah, no, I think they executed that pretty damn well too. I think it was a surprise with who won, but we'll get to that point eventually.
yeah,
Yeah, I think overall I'd give it like an 8 out of 10, maybe a 9 out of 10, somewhere in between there. 8.5, I'd say then.
yeah. It was a lot of fun. I prefer the Women's Rumble over the men's just because like the second half of the men's slowed down from like the people that I like seeing because like. We lose like Oba, we lose just a lot like Trick Williams was out way too quickly. Just a lot of guys that could have had a lot more stuff to do, and unfortunately we didn't get that. So for me, the men's rumble was just slightly below the women's, but overall, yeah, I enjoyed everything, had a lot of fun, so I had no complaints either. Besides like maybe the Jey Uso taking forever to get his ass out there.
Yeah, he took his sweet time with that one, huh?
Yeah. Okay, the women's Royal Rumble here. We had number one and two being Charlexa. Uh, I thought that they could have broken up in this match. Like when I saw both of them out there, I was like, "Oh wait, are they actually gonna do this?" And then they had the segment where they're like teasing it, and they're like, "Oh, gotcha! Ah, just kidding! Oh, gotcha! Ah, like yeah." And Alexa was hovering over that top rope there, and I was like, "Ooh, I don't trust her." Um,
Yeah, that
yeah,
was
it
super
was,
fun.
yeah, a
It
very
it was
fun one and
just
two, very unique too.
yeah, it played it super well to kind of get to the Kiana James entrance because they filled that void of time where it was like, okay, you can sit here and have some tension at the start and go like, okay, yeah, like, this is for WrestleMania. We're not gonna be a team here, but
Yeah.
then it just didn't have that like full tide shift of like, oh, we're just friends. It was like, just kidding.
Yeah, because I definitely see them getting broken up probably a lot quicker than people think. Like if the end goal is Charlotte versus Alexa at WrestleMania, then we've got to get the ball rolling here soon. Maybe get the breakup during Elimination Chamber. But I definitely like the start of like the tease and where we could go from here. I also like that Nia Jax was very early on in this Royal Rumble, like being number four crazy good because like Naya, she usually comes in late, usually eats everyone alive, and just has like a boring showcase. And this time she was there early enough to where the ring wasn't like full of people that she could just eat alive, and she got eliminated rather quickly, like in comparison to like what it feels like. Normally she's there for like ever. And it takes like the whole damn rumble to get her out. But this time she was eliminated quickly, and it improved the rumble immensely because she usually slows things down rather quickly. So it was a nice change of pace there.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that, and not that like to say you skipped over her, but Kiana James getting in there and also performing well. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little afraid of her being the first entrant, but she did really well when she got into the ring. Like, she came down, and I was like, okay, like, this is kind of a test to see if she just gets instantly murdered here, and they just kind of wait for the next opponent. And then it being Kiana and Naya, it was like, this could slow down, and it didn't. It actually kind of just kept the pace going decently. Ivy Nile came out, and then we had Lola also come out, and we just kind of kept the pace flowing, and it didn't feel like it slowed down in the start, which was really good. Exactly
Yeah.
what you gotta mention, because normally Naya does come out and she just deletes everyone, so nobody getting instantly deleted there was cool as well. So
It took
it
a
flowed
while for the first
perfectly.
elimination. I actually don't know how long it took, but I'll check the wiki.
I think it was when was it Jordan Grace came out?
I think Jordan would have had first elimination.
I think Jordan Grace. I know Jordan Grace had the first elimination, if I'm not mistaken. But or was it? No, I think maybe I'm mistaken on that. I might be wrong. I forget if we got to like Natty and Maxine.
No, because Jordan Grace got rid of Lola, Ivy. Like
Okay,
she
that's what
came
it
in there
was.
and
Right,
cleaned
right.
house. But yeah, it wasn't until she came out, and she came out at like number 8 before we had a single elimination.
Yeah, I was gonna say I forgot if the order was we got to Natty and Maxine and then Jordan started deleting people, or if that was happened first. So yeah,
Yeah, that was a long time without going for an elimination. I haven't seen that done in a bit. Like definitely in comparison to the men's rumble, where it's just like boom, 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 just like right off the rip.
yeah,
Um, but you are right. Kiana did have a really good showing, and like she's always been like that sleeper pick for me, where like at any given night she's gonna show out. She just doesn't have like all of the opportunities to do so on a week by week basis, especially being stuck in this manager role. As much as I enjoy her there, like she's a good talker. I would like to see her not in the manager role. I would like to see her being a single star.
yeah, yeah. I agree. I think she can perform well with that and continue off of this Rumble appearance because it was a good one. She did very well, and yeah, I agree with just everything you said as well. That the single star would be awesome to see.
Yeah, and we talked about Jordan Grace coming in and eliminating people. She also had a really good showing, and I was a little concerned going into it because, like, sure, she's been beefing with Jade Cargill, and she's going after her, and they're trying to make her look good, because in NXT, even though I don't think a lot of the main roster watches NXT, like the fans, she was cooled off pretty heavily. Like we watched NXT for the past year, and she would just always have like a main event spot just to lose. Like she showed up and lost like almost every feud she was in. I think she beat Blake Monroe, and that's like about it for winning feuds. It was rough for Jordan Grace. Like I think near the end, Kalani she might have got up on, but for the most part, she was just the number one loser in NXT. Like for the women's division, she
Yeah,
was the one to like, oh, title match against Jordan Grace. She's here to lose.
yeah,
And it's just
basically.
same thing over and over again. So I was worried that going against that momentum, but having a good Rumble appearance going in, like cleaning house, reminding people like, hey, I'm the juggernaut. It's just really good.
Yeah, no, I'm appreciative of how the start of every person that was booked in the Rumble for the women's side. There wasn't really like a bad booking, to my knowledge. I wouldn't say anybody really got poorly booked here.
Yeah.
There was just consistent 1 through 30. All of the women did well, and they had a great match of the whole Rumble. There was not a person on there that was like bad.
Yeah, exactly. And then shortly after Jordan Grace came in, we had the elimination of Nia Jax by Charlotte Flair. But in turn, she accidentally eliminates Alexa, which I do at the time. I was like, wait, was that accidental? Did she like just sucker punch her? Going back, it did look very accidental. So we'll see where the story goes from here. Like, does Alexa hold this against her, or is it just like, no, it's okay. We're still good. We're still besties.
Yeah, I think there might be a little bit of a play backstage where it's like, did you do that on purpose? did you mean? And he's like, no, no, I didn't mean to do that on purpose.
Yeah.
I know we got a thing going on there. Like I even said I got you, Lexi. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's just it could be a little fun, but I think we're still gonna creep towards like I think it was just a bit of a seed planted for us. We'll creep towards the breakup eventually, but
Yeah, it definitely
it
gets
doesn't
the
seem to need
ball
to be rushed.
rolling because, like, now Alexa can be more on edge, and anything like Charlotte does that she can see as like bad, she'll now like twist it that way. Where before she goes like, "Oh, I'll give you the grace," but now that too many things, like there's too many coincidences here. So it'll definitely be some fun to see how they play around with that sort of thing. Next up, we can talk about Sol Ruka. She had an amazing showing here. One of the girls from NXT who I think she lasted the longest out of all of the NXT girls. I think she might have been
Yeah.
Iron Woman. No, I think that was Charlotte Flair, but she was up there for having the best showing out of all the NXT girls by far, making it to the top three. And like, if I wasn't so dead set on Liv Morgan winning the damn Rumble, I could have seen her winning the thing. Like she was great.
Yeah, that was just a beautiful entrance for making it to the top three and having a performance with those two girls was just she really like I could see her maybe potentially making it to the main roster soon with what she was doing there. If she doesn't make an NXT title run and JC Jane doesn't get called up soon, because that's another girl that I think could get called up soon. Like
Yeah,
there's a lot of potential out of that because the Rumble is a place to make a statement and make a name for yourself, and the fact that she got the trust to go to the top three and put on a show for like everyone in the world watching that, she did great. She did absolutely phenomenal job.
yeah, and I liked that it was near the back half. I think it was where maybe it was middle. I can't remember exactly where it was, but there was a moment where the NXT girls were just brawling. It was like we had Kalani Jordan, JC Jane, Sol Ruka all in the ring, and they're just fighting each other. It was a nice representation of NXT. And you're right, I do think JC Jane could get called up rather quickly. She could fit in like anywhere. She's a really good shit-eating bad guy, so she's a very very good talker in that sense, and I think you could slot her into both Raw or SmackDown, and she would find a voice and make time for herself. But yeah, as you said, for Sol Ruka, I don't know if we actually get her called up yet. I think she's more than ready if they do want to give her the opportunity and say, okay, here, let's see what you can do, and sort of give her like the Javon treatment, because I don't think they would give her the Oba treatment or the Trick Williams treatment of putting her like right in the main event. But I think she has the ceiling to get there. Like, she can definitely climb her way up, but I feel like they would give her a Javon type role where like, okay, we're gonna start you down here. You can start working with the undercard girls and take the traditional route.
I think a great comparison for Soul would be the way that they kind of treated Roxanne, where she had a great Royal Rumble appearance and she took that momentum, eventually turning it into like the main kind of character on the Judgment Day. And it took time to get there, but she's there now and she's making statements basically every day she's on a show.
You made a good point with Roxanne, and one thing I didn't think about, I skimmed through last week's NXT. I didn't watch all of it, but I'm pretty sure Sol Ruka was missing, right? Zarya was trying to find her, um,
I think
and
you're right, yeah.
and if she's like missing, she could just show up on the main roster, and
That
that's like
could
how
be
they wrote
true.
her off. Is just like Sol Ruka just abandoned Zarya, um, because I don't know if that was just to like say, hey, she's going to the Rumble, because like were the other girls? No, JC Jane also wasn't on NXT. I don't think. I don't think she wasn't there. I'm trying to think if any of the other girls that showcased in that week's NXT was.
I forget if JC Jane was there or not because it wasn't Fatal Influence showed up
Yeah,
at the
they
end
they
there.
they,
But
they were there, but I think JC wasn't.
okay, I was gonna say I just forget if JC showed up or not at the end.
Yeah,
But that could be interesting. It could be either seeds planted for like you didn't tell me you're in the Rumble, or it could, like you said, just hey, by the way, she's gone. Which
yeah,
could be huge because Soul fitting in would just be awesome.
yeah. Soul could make it work anywhere. She could also just like become the NXT champion like anytime soon and carry it down there as well. There's You can't go wrong with
Yeah,
Solrica.
I think those are her two options. Was either basically JC Jane gets called up and that she kind of not doesn't like the Oba, but
Yeah.
I think she'd actually lose in a match and then be get called up, and
Yeah.
then I think that match that she lose would probably be Soul, or yeah, Soul gets called up and they both just go, or even just JC stays for whatever reason. I think the problem there is that I feel like JC's kind of, I don't want to say stagnant or stale because she's doing a great job down there, but she's kind of running out of things to do down there for
Yeah.
just being a title reign. Like, she has pretty much nowhere else to go but up.
Yeah, and she's had she was the double champ at TNA. Like they obviously trust her a lot for these sort of things. So I think JC Jane could very likely call up. I don't know if it's like post stand and deliver, like she loses the title, maybe to Soul there, maybe to like a Tatum, maybe to even what's her face? Oh, I can't remember her name. She's with Ren Sinclair right now. She has the truck entrance.
Oh, Kendall Gray.
Kendall Gray, that's her name. She could lose the title to even Kendall Gray. Another person that we glossed over though was Becky Lynch, and how she came in. She didn't really do much, to be honest. Like she sort of like messed around with the girls until we had Natalia or Natty, sorry, come out and get the elimination on Maxine, and then her, which I do see us now going down the road of the Natty Becky Lynch feud, especially with AJ Lee not returning here. I think that's the road we go down. I don't know if Maxine is still involved because assume they want to pay off Maxine Natalia or Natty, sorry, but to slot Becky in right now doesn't make much sense because I don't want to see Maxine and Becky interact again. We've had too many matches. Like unless if we go a triple threat maybe, but I would like Maxine and Natty to feud. Natty wins to like give her that momentum and then go into Becky. But because she got the elimination on her now, I don't know if they're gonna hold off on that because it feels like that would cool down a little bit.
Yeah, it's an interesting storyline because if they jump right into Natty and Becky, then I feel like the only way that Maxine has like a storyline is to kind of get involved with that match when that happens, and then she can kind of take Natty to have her own match, and then Natty can go back to Liv, or whoa, not Liv, sorry. Natty can go back to Becky there, and she can just kind of take that for a little bit, and I don't know if that would carry to Mania or not.
Yeah.
But it could potentially just give like maybe the triple threat match and give Maxine a Mania moment is what I'm thinking. This could be a potential thing.
Ugh.
But like,
leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
I don't know.
Because I think AJ Lee will come back, and I would like to see them get that triple threat. Like maybe we do go the triple threat route. We have Maxine versus Natty versus Becky at the Chamber in Chicago. The winner is Becky. She somehow slimes her way out, keeps the title. Whose music hits? AJ Lee's. Comes out, faces Becky, and then we get the ball rolling on that. Straight out of the Chamber. Gives you plenty of time to build. Comes back with like the home away from home crowd. Because I assume AJ Lee was supposed to be in the Rumble, but she wasn't messing with Saudi. So she's like, nah, we're not doing that. So how we slot her into this as well, I'm not too sure. But I assume we'll get there sooner rather than later.
Yeah, that's kind of the tricky point is if like I feel like the Rumble would have been a good spot for her to slot herself in, and the fact that she didn't hear and whatever her reason is to not, no problems with me, but if she was planned to be there and chose not to, it makes it slightly difficult because I think the only option is what you said there is her returning in Chicago.
Yeah.
And if she doesn't, then it's like,
I mean,
random day.
She is from New Jersey. If there's a Raw in New Jersey, then maybe that's where.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't want to look ahead. Like,
Yeah,
that's a little crazy.
it's an interesting thought process to have, because her not showing up at the Rumble just kind of, it leaves the card open to be filled whenever they feel fit.
Yeah.
And I want to see it executed at a high level, and I don't want it to be fumbled.
Exactly.
Because the reason why I was saying we might see that triple threat extend all the way to Mania is they might have her return at Mania. And it's like,
Yuck. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it
yeah,
because
yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
then how long have Becky Lynch and Maxine been feuding? At that point, it's like
yeah,
we're reaching like Damian Priest versus Aleister Black's levels of bad.
yeah,
Where it's gonna be like 6 months.
Yeah, it's, I don't know. It's just, I just know that, like, they're not afraid to do those long feuds anymore. We've saw it quite a few times now over the course of a couple of years, and some of them have executed well, some of them have executed terribly. So,
Yeah.
like, it's tough.
And then right after Natty was out there, we had the It Girl, the winner of the Royal Rumble herself, Liv Morgan. I was so happy to see her come in like at the halfway point, because I was like, okay, maybe she can get carried here through the Judgment Day girls and still make it. She had a great showing. She was, doing her thing. She was herself. She interacted with a lot of people there, and she ended up betraying Raquel Rodriguez after she hits this nasty Tahana bomb to Rhea Ripley. Like, do you remember that thing? She just
That
Tahana
was
bombs
gross.
over
Like,
the top
yeah.
rope, just boom, right on the edge there, and then dumped out by Liv Morgan herself. And what a good moment. I don't know if there's going to be repercussions for this, because, like, logically you'd think, yeah, Raquel was going to be mad that she got betrayed, but Liv has been, like, parading around saying, like, oh, she'll be happy for me because, like, a win for the Judgment Day, a win for one is a win for all, was her exact words, when it comes to the Judgment Day.
Yeah.
So do we have the anger storyline, or does it wait until Raquel wins? Like, maybe Liv plays it up. Like, let's say throughout we get like a couple Judgment Day segments throughout the show. So at first they, like, she does talk to her. She's like, "Why did you do that?" And she's like, "Oh, it was just for like the best. I saw the opportunity. One, as long as one of us wins, why does it matter?" And she plays it up. She's like, "Oh, sorry." Like, maybe plays it off as an accident, something along those lines. Raquel's reluctant, but she's like, "Okay, whatever. I trust you. Thanks." She goes and has the match at against Stephanie Vaquer. Let's say it's the main event. She wins it. Who attacks her from behind? Liv Morgan. And that's what really catapults the feud. Like, there could be so many ways you could do this, but just don't mess it up.
Yeah, it's a great execution as, like, a break start right here, and they're starting off on the right foot. I think it's a great way to do it, because, like you said, it's like, oh, well, like, a win for one is a win for all. Like, Roxanne's not mad. Why are you mad? It's like, oh, well, you eliminated me. It's like, yeah, but it was like,
You have your title match tonight.
Like,
why?
Like, you're gonna win anyways. Like, now I have, like,
I'm gonna go for
I can
Jade's
go
title.
after,
Yeah.
I was gonna say I can go after Jade and then we can both be champions, and then, like, Roxanne, you can go after Becky or something like that, and they can just spin it and just be like, oh, everybody's happy and everybody's a champion, and, like, Finn, why aren't you a champion? And then that
Poor
can
Finn
kind of
always gets
stem.
astray.
Yeah, I was gonna say that can kind of stem in a sense of just, like, plants another seed for the Judgment Day to crumble, so then Finn's upset, and then Liv attacks Raquel, and then Roxanne's kind of, like, maybe on Raquel's side, because it's like, why did you attack her? Like, okay, now this is messed up. Or maybe Roxanne and Liv stay as a tag team, or it's just got so many options, and I think from a little bit of that you can tell I want to see the Judgment Day crumble finally. It's been so long, and I think with Dom being out of the picture, he doesn't need to be there for the Judgment Day to crumble, because he just kind of needs to be with Liv. and that's
See, I
just
could
kind of how
see
that
Dom
works right
coming
now.
back as soon as Monday because he's advertised for a AAA show this Saturday, upcoming on the 7th of February. So he's coming back soon.
Okay, okay.
Um, and it will be a nice shock to see him tomorrow. But back to the Women's Royal Rumble, Lash Legend. Oh, what a showing from her. She sort of stepped up and took that sort of Nia Jax like big bad woman eater spot, and she was doing it great. Like she looked
Yeah.
scary, she looked mean, and yeah, she even when they were chanting like overrated, they're saying whoop that trick. Like they were trying to like tear this girl down, and she's like, nah, hold my beer, let me like show you how it's done. And she just like really showed up. Like she eliminated both of the Bella twins. She eliminates. I think she has the most eliminations in the Women's Royal Rumbles sort of side of things. Um, yeah, she played the role really well. I think she did better than Nia when it comes to that sort of thing, and I would like for them to split up soon. I don't know if it's going to because I don't know if they are going to. Sorry, because Elimination Chamber is coming up, and the way I sort of see things playing out is we might get a women's tag team chamber. I wouldn't know how that works. I don't know if they've done a tag team chamber before. I'm not too sure, but with all the stories right now, with how many tag teams there are, and now having the Bella Twins introducing another tag team, why not? I don't. There's not enough contenders for Jade Cargill on the other side to make it like worth it. Because
No.
like Bianca could come back at any time and just like go for that, and it would make sense. She doesn't need to win the elimination chamber again. Um, because I really thought if she was coming back, she would win the Rumble, and that all makes sense. But her winning the chamber back to back years, it doesn't hit for me. So I say might as well just use it as a tag team thing, and then we just run like Jade versus Jordan Grace versus Charlotte or something for that side of things.
Yeah, like this is the only thing that like where I stated where is Bianca?
Yeah,
Maybe if they aren't doing the tag like chamber, Tiffy win, and then when Bianca does decide she comes back, it can be a triple threat at Mania.
yeah,
That could be cool. That's the only option I see. Like they set up just a bunch of people for Tiffy to stomp basically, and it's kind of a poorly set up match to be honest, but
yeah,
they just have no contenders to really set up a good match. Unless this is where maybe NXT call ups happen and they just get shipped to SmackDown so they can have some contenders for that. That's the only thing I can see is they're just like, you know what, JC Jane, go get him. Like we got Sol Ruka, go get him, or Lola, like just start sending them kind of thing like that. That's the only thing I can think of.
yeah,
It's a tough situation there,
yeah.
but
The
yeah, no, Lash
SmackDown main
did
event
great.
scene is still it's rough.
Yeah, Lash Legend was an absolute monster. She was stomping and tearing people up and just looked like almost female Gunther in a sense of just like deleting people, like kind of unstoppable force as like the woman's like she even had a run in with Raquel and like yeah,
Yeah,
Raquel looked strong there too and Raquel looked really good and that's another person that just was like, wow, you are doing really good, continuously having a good showing of just, they're really honing in on how to build up that, like, big, strong woman, like, physical, like, the way that Gunther kind of wrestles in the just, like, we're gonna chop, we're gonna, like, throw you to the ground, we're gonna remove, like, this acrobatic kind of tendency of fighting, and we're just gonna have a physical match, and it's
yeah.
a super
Very good at
entertaining
being
thing to see.
dominant as well.
Yeah,
Back
it's
to Lash for a second. Or sorry, you can continue.
I was gonna say it's just a super cool aspect to see a different side of women's wrestling, and I love the versatility that's coming from it now.
Yeah, because before the only type of match that we would get like that was like early days Rhea. She sort of wrestled bigger, especially when she went up against Raquel. It was really like big woman fighting. Where not too many people were taking bumps. They're just like when we watched that house show. Like me and you watched Rhea versus Raquel live, and they're basically just like hammering each other. No one's going down at all. It was, that sort of stuff. But now it's more diverse. Like I was saying, Lash Legend, she got a nasty elimination that I almost forgot to talk about with Io Sky when she like kicked her in the face. Oh, that was brutal.
Was brutal.
Both Rio got dominated on the way out. Like Rhea slammed down on the apron, and then Io getting kicked in the mouth. But yeah, Raquel also had a very, very good showing. Big Sexy was was out there killing it. I don't know how many eliminations she got. I could actually check here. Yeah, she got 2.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, just a good showing. Nothing.
And yeah, Lash got 5. She got the most eliminations on the women's side.
Yeah, just a dominant showing from both of them, which is, like I said, they've been doing a good job at booking it, and they've been doing a really good job at showing out. Because, like, I know most people aren't a fan, but Nia Jax has been the main source of, like, big dominant woman recently.
Yeah.
And then they've been, but they've been building Raquel Rodriguez as well. And then Lash as well up, and it's just an awesome thing to see more of them. And we might get to, like, see some random match of just all 4 big, like, muscular, strong women fighting in a match. Like, get Rhea, get Nia, get Raquel, get Lash. Let's just see, like, a Sheamus, Drew. Yeah, like, let's just see, like, a giant match from the woman, because they're, like, even Jade, too. Like, she's pretty strong and big. Like, let's just see an awesome match from that aspect and just kind of, like, force book it. Like, let's just see some fun stuff from that, because we've got such a versatile talent now that it's such a cool thing to see.
Yeah. Chelsea Green, she had a good showing. One of my favorites. Always hoping for her to win. She never does, but we can hope. We can pray. She had a lot of moments with Alba. Like at first, she was getting played like tug of war. She went to get knocked out. Yeah, that's the stool spot. We also had the saluting to Rhea, and Rhea just bitch smacking her. That was great. Chelsea, as expected, is great at everything she does. Having Alba Fire there, like not as an actual entrant, but as the ring girl to. She played like an entrant though. She got eliminated. She got tossed over the top rope too.
Yep.
So she had a good showing as well, which was not on the bingo card whatsoever. Like if she was in the Rumble, I would have expected her to like sort of be like Chelsea's Shield and go out quickly. But her being out just all ringside and being the Shield worked so much better.
Yeah, it was just a super fun thing to see. I loved the getting saved from getting knocked over spot and her using as like a human stool and walking her over to the corner and Chelsea crawling and be like, thank you. So that was just, it was super cool.
Next up we have Kairi Sane. She ends up eliminating Asuka, which...
sorry to correct it. We had, after Chelsea, it was Julia.
Yeah, but like Julia didn't do anything notable.
Oh, okay, I see. I gotcha.
Like Julia, she eliminated Zelina, and Zelina was there for why? Like I like Zelina, but she didn't do anything. It was just like
okay, no, don't blame me there. Okay, I see where you're going.
Io Sky, obviously we talk about her because she did play into the elimination of Kairi, because when Kairi eliminated Asuka, Io was the one to throw her out. We sort of had that moment.
Yep.
Io also had a good showing. She was gonna be good regardless. It's Io Sky at the end of the day.
Yeah, Io was always gonna be good.
Her and Rhea had some moments together, but they also for a lot of it they were staying apart. Like you would expect them to do more things together, but they were off doing their own things most of the time, which worked out well, especially because they did say it's everyone for themselves, but they were still protective of each other. They didn't beef for anything. Everything is still good between the tag champs, which is good to see, because we did have a lot of tension for the tag teams. Like we had the Charlexa stuff, we had obviously the Judgment Day stuff. Even though Liv hasn't been tagging with Raquel, they did in the past. They've won the championship together 3 or 4 times. So her turning on her definitely affects the division to an extent. Then we had Kyrie and Asuka. Obviously, now Asuka might turn on Kyrie. We don't know if we're getting there. Like she might get Kyrie might be the one who'd be like, okay, I've had enough of this abuse. I'm gonna start fighting back. Yeah, it could play into a WrestleMania match down the future. Do I think WWE is gonna put that on WrestleMania? I don't know. I don't know if that screams WrestleMania to them. Like to some people it does, to others it doesn't. I don't know how I feel about that match being on Mania. I think they put that on a random Raw. I hate to say it, like, but that's
Yeah,
based on their booking. Like, they don't love the undercard feuds like that.
it's an interesting one. Like, I think we might get it on a Saturday night's main event leading up to like Mania or something, and they just throw it on there. It
Yeah, I
could be
think we
just
do have another
like,
Saturday Night's Main Event. You have a good point there.
yeah, I think we might have one or two even that they might throw in there. They might like announce one in between like the end of March or something, if I'm not mistaken, unless that's one that we already have leading up to. Just something that we can throw out there.
Yeah, so we have the Elimination Chamber in February, and then we have Saturday Night's Main Event in March.
So yeah, we might get it in March then. Maybe that's something we could see. Who knows? But it's just a fun kind of thing that we got going on. Like, you get to see the backstage segments, and it doesn't need to go on forever. So whenever they want to break it up, cool. But it can continue if it wants. I have no issues with the way it's going right now, though. It's fun. They're having a fun time with it, and I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. We already really spoke about the NXT superstars, but there was a lot near the back end with getting Kalani Jordan and JC Jane. Obviously, Soul Worker stayed in there for the whole time, but they did it well. They did a good showing for the NXT division. I do think Kalani definitely had the worst showing, which makes sense. She wasn't in there for a long time. Lola was also in there for a very short amount of time, but she sort of did her thing. Not much to say about those two. Even JC
Yeah,
Jane, like it was mainly the Soul Worker show when it comes to the NXT girls. But it's just like here's them on your screen. Get to know these girls. They'll have a little bit of a moment, especially Lola hitting her hips into the corner, and then yeah, everyone's just introducing for the most part to the main audience. Like, hey, keep your eye on these people. They might be back.
yeah. Lola, just to touch on it, was like a really weird booking because she had her moment and she definitely performed at a high level. But like you said, she was kind of eliminated relatively quickly. So it was almost like they felt like they put her on the back burner, but put her on high when they put her on the back burner. It was like she's gonna have her moment and she's gonna do stuff, but like she's not gonna be really like a main part of it. And it felt a little weird to me, but it still was cool to see what she did.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense because like even last year, thinking back, who did we have from NXT? Did we
Was
have
it Jada Parker?
yeah Jada Parker, and
And
her moment wasn't that big either. I don't think like
yeah,
she
yeah.
just
I
did
was
her
gonna
thing
say
and
I
got
think I
thrown
know
out
where you're going
quickly.
with that.
So like tends to be a tradition at this point where NXT superstars have a showing in the Rumble, but they don't last super long.
Yeah, and maybe it's just kind of like a tactic to try to get more people over to watch NXT, or I don't know, because like I don't nothing against them, but I don't see them getting called up anytime soon, really. Like maybe, but I feel like the person that like was shown out the most, like JC Jane, was a later entrant, but she did pretty good. Like she had a couple standout things at the end there, and she was a bit more memorable than the Lola Vice moments. So
Okay, I can compare directly. So the shortest amount of time in the Women's Royal Rumble from the NXT stars from this year, Lola Vice, 4 minutes and 30 seconds. That's how long she lasted in the Rumble.
okay,
And then the lowest time in the last year's was Jada Parker at 6 minutes 54 seconds. Like the
okay,
other ones was Julia, she lasted 10 minutes. Stephanie lasted 20 minutes. Lash Legend lasted 18 minutes, and then Roxanne obviously holding the record with 1 hour and 7 minutes.
so yeah, it, they felt pretty similar then, yeah. And it's just nothing against them, but like I said, I don't think they get called up anytime soon. So spots could just be for like NXT promotion. Give them a bit of a moment, you know.
Yeah, like here, keep your eye on these girls.
Yeah. Just heads up, they're here.
Brie Bella returned to the WWE. I wasn't really watching a whole lot when she was in the company the first time. I don't know what to expect from her. She got a crazy reaction at the Royal Rumble. Everyone was chanting yes, going crazy. Mainly for Daniel Bryan because that was sort of his thing, but noise is noise. She'll take it. And she can now obviously reunite with Nikki Bella, recreating the Bella twins, having them to go up against, like, it could be Rio, could be Judgment Day girls, Charlexa. I know there will be a lot of girls that want to work with both of them in a tag team setting. Even as soon like Bailey Lyra, they eliminated them, so I assume that's on the horizon, and that'll be some good TV matches. I think they'll have some solid matches. I don't know how good Brie is. Like I said, don't know much about her wrestling wise. Hopefully she's better than Nikki, respectfully. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, pretty much same page as you. Don't really know much, but excited to see where this goes, and I think we'll probably lead to either Elimination Chamber or Mania, and then they might fizzle out, and we'd not really see much of them again. So we'll see where they go with this, and it will be cool to give them a little bit more towards the end of their career, but I don't think they're really here for. They're here for a good time, not a long time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because Brie, they're both 42, so they're getting up there.
Yeah.
And then Tiffany, she returned at number 30. I know that's one that you've been waiting for a while now. You're like, come on.
Yeah, no, that was kind of like Brie filled the spot that I thought was going to be Tiffy, and then I thought Tiffy was going to be Bianca. So it's unfortunate that we didn't get to see Bianca. That's why it's like, where is she? But if she's not healthy and she's not ready, then I can't really put too much blame towards her. It's just, again, unfortunate to not see her return yet. But Tiffy returning is like not expected, but I hoped for it, and I prayed for this, and it happened. Yeah. It's awesome to see her come back finally, and I thought she had a strong chance to win over Liv, and we could see her go and take that with a Jade feud.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I was coming with. Maybe Tiffy wins Elimination Chamber and she goes and sees that Jade feud, because
I remember you were
if Bianca's not ready for it.
Tiffy came back and you said in call, you're like, oh, are you still cheering for them? I'm like, oh, hell yeah, I ain't switching up. That's my girl.
Yeah, no, because I was one of those ones where it was like, I think Liv probably did win if that was the case, but if Tiffy or Bianca came back, I was like, they have a really strong case to win, so because it gives that Jade feud something. It gives the fuel to that fire.
Yeah, but then people
they
will
do
be
have
like,
the Jordan Grace thing.
Yeah, people will be like, because like Jade, it would have been Jade won the title from Tiffany, 100 days, no defenses, back to Tiffany.
Yeah.
So it's
like, I get it. So that's why I'm thinking maybe they can do the Jade and Jordan Grace feud up until Elimination Chamber. Tiffy can win the Elimination Chamber, because Jordan Grace could be a participant of that, and then we could see maybe a couple NXT girls for that. So we could have some fun with an Elimination Chamber, but then again, like you said, we could have the
tag team stuff.
Tag teams, yeah.
Because that division is much more stacked. Like, there's so many main event stars in the tag team division.
Yeah.
And because there was only one title, one set of tag team title stories, that it makes it more interesting. Because with, like, Jade's title right now, 90% of the time you're expecting a SmackDown star to win. Like, if we have the Elimination Chamber, you're thinking, okay, it's probably going to be a Jordan Grace. It's probably going to be a Tiffany, because they're already on SmackDown. That's who they're going to be gunning for. Where the Raw girls will just be like, they're there, but we don't really think they're going to win. Where with the tag teams, because there's only one set of titles, and it's anyone's game. SmackDown girls, the Raw girls, whoever. I just don't know how they do
Yeah,
the pods in that situation. Would it be the two girls in one pod, or would they everyone have their? Would there be
it'd
even
be a
more
super
pods?
tight pod, or would there
Yeah,
be a bunch of pods, or be interesting.
I think the pods would be a little bit bigger and just have the tag teams in there, and then would come
Maybe
out.
they just make them double stacked, 2 stories. You gotta jump from the top pod.
As long as it gets injured on their entrance.
But yeah, overall, it was a super fun rumble
Yeah.
from the
Do you
women's side,
think
and
Liv win was the right choice?
I think yeah, it was a good choice the way that they executed it, and it was the right choice. I don't think they could have went wrong with that choice. It's super cool to see Liv finally get like a proper Mania singles push. She's been a tag star from when I started watching, so like she's always kind of been in that tag team vortex for the most part. If at Mania, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah, I think
she
every single
may have
WrestleMania
had.
she's been in a tag team. I think.
I was gonna say she might have had one with Rhea singles star, but I kind of forget. But yeah, no, I think just this is a really cool way to execute it because she's got that tension with Raquel. We all feel like that looming Raquel win is coming to beat Steph eventually. So getting to see that Judgment Day crumble and it happens at Mania, Liv can have her, and like we know that Raquel's and her obviously good friends backstage. They've got some kind of chemistry to keep with each other for this long. So it'll be cool to see them get a Mania moment together, but in a match against each other. So it'll be a really fun execution, and it was a good choice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's looking like she's been in tag teams for every single one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because we had the tag last year, then she had a fatal four-way tag, then she had a fatal four-way tag, then she had tag team turmoil, dark match. Yeah, all of her WrestleManias that's not been dark matches have been tag team matches. Will be her
Wow.
first time going into WrestleMania for a singles match, which feels crazy because the type of star that she's been. That's absurd, but I'm
Yeah.
happy
No,
we're
it's
finally here.
yeah. No, that's exactly why I don't think it's the bad decision. I think it's the right decision, and it's a good execution.
Yeah, and yeah, that basically wraps it up for the women's Royal Rumble. I do think the winner was right. I do think Liv Morgan should have been there. I've been cheering her praises for way too long for her to not win a spot like this. I've wanted her to win the last Rumble, didn't happen. The Elimination Chamber, she came second, and we finally have that moment. So I'm more than happy. But we'll move on to the next match, which is AJ Styles versus Gunther, career on the line. Which obviously we know AJ Styles is now retired. Is that just from WWE? Because like he went to put down the gloves and he's like, maybe I'm done from here, but I'm not done with my gloves. I'm not done wrestling. Could he go to TNA, AEW? Who knows? I think if he does, WWE might like pretend like he never existed because they love to do that when people leave. But we'll see. I don't think I don't like instinctively. I don't think he's done because the gloves thing. Maybe he could have like freestyle, like ad libbed it in the moment, being like, oh, okay, the crowd's chanting no so hard that maybe I'll. But I don't see it. I think he might show up somewhere else.
Yeah,
I
it
think this is his
was
last year for sure overall, but I think he's done in WWE for now and he's gonna retire somewhere else.
definitely an interesting moment there with the gloves. Like it seemed like almost giving like a false hope of like I'm not leaving kind of thing. Like, but he's definitely done with WWE at least the way that I feel.
Even like
But
Triple H confirmed after the show like that was his last match. But just in WWE, we don't know. But it is kind of weird. I mean, it's WWE. They're gonna want you to retire with the company. But the way they were talking about it, they were like almost like giving him shit for if he left because they kept emphasizing like, yep, that was definitely his last match. Like, yep, AJ Styles said this is his last match. If he wrestles again, he's a piece of shit because he told us this is his last
yeah,
match. Uh, so that's kind of lame if they're trying to like pressure him to like not by like publicly announcing it over and over again. Like that seems shitty, but we'll see how that goes. I do think if he doesn't want to, if he still wants to work for WWE, a producer, oh, he could produce some banger matches. Like that guy's
Yeah.
got a lot of like history and knowledge of the game. He could definitely pull off some great producing. Um, but I don't know. He can do what he wants. It's AJ freaking Styles.
Yeah, no, I don't like. Maybe he goes back to Japan for a couple matches or something, and just does something over there or whatever. Like, he can do anything cool, and I wouldn't blame him because if he wants to do his retirement tour the way he wants to do it, that's on him. So, if WWE kind of like forced him into retiring to Gunther, and he's like, "Fuck you, I'm leaving," like, I'm going somewhere else. Like, you guys didn't want to give me an extension just to finish off my year here. Yeah, he can do what he wants. No issues with there. But overall, it was a good match. Like, he really gave us hope throughout the match of like, is he gonna do it? Like,
Yeah.
there was a lot of like, man, like he might actually pull this off. Like, he might beat
Like
Gunther.
specifically like in the corner where it like almost looked like he was getting knocked out over and over again. Like he was getting hit down by Gunther. He was falling to the ground. The ref's like over there, like basically doing like the 1 to like the 10 count. He wasn't like specifically saying that, but he's like, AJ, are you sure you want to keep doing this? Like,
Yeah,
I watched you
yeah.
getting just beat in this corner. Like you keep dropping. You're not fighting back. You're just getting dropped over and over again. Just throw in the towel. And AJ had that fight in him. He kept firing up, and then eventually he does end up passing out, fading away like John Cena should have. But that's neither here nor there. It's But yeah,
Yeah, and him, to touch on him passing out, I do think it leaves a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth with him only raising his arm once.
yeah. That the refs are
Because
so
we normally-
inconsistent.
We normally see that 3 times, so that was like a, like, why did you only do it once and call it? But like, whatever. I don't think that would have changed the outcome. We would have just saw his arm get raised 2 more times.
Yeah,
and fall.
it just adds to the drama and the suspense. Like it's like
Yeah.
whoa, and it really like builds to it where it's just like, oh, it's over. Like it's just flop. It's like, yep,
Like-
that's done. Like if all the matches were once, then sure, it would make sense. But because they flip flop, like John Cena was 3 times, and then did that. And the fact that they don't do 3 every time just sort of like kills it when they do. It just, yuck. Stick to one or the other.
Yeah, just a meh. That's the only thing that kind of took away from the match.
Yeah,
that
the
made
ending
it
was
feel.
like-
Yeah, but other than that, it's cool. Good match. I liked it. AJ can kind of do what he wants if he does take off and go to like AW, TNA, or like even like head over to Japan for a couple matches. Like whatever he does, and it's his retirement, and he does how he wants to do it for his last year. But now the question is, who's next on the list?
Ooh, the
Who's
career.
added to the
Do we
retirement tour?
do we think he stays because they're calling him the career killer, Gunther?
Yeah.
Do we think he just keeps going down this path? Because like, I think Brock Lesnar, he said he wants to retire this year. I
Mhm.
mentioned it, and SummerSlam seems to be the place for that. I don't think anyone else is in need of retirement for WrestleMania, so I don't know what Gunther does for WrestleMania. Maybe a feud with Randy Orton, because like that's like one of the people he interacted with a lot in the Rumble. He also interacted with Cody, but I don't see that happening at Mania.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know what we
not
do with
really-
Gunther for the time being.
We could kind of just see Gunther take a little vacation time for himself here. I wouldn't be super surprised.
Yeah, but I mean, he's so
He
hot
does-
right now, especially off of retiring AJ Styles. You want to capitalize on that.
Yeah, like it's.
You don't want to cool him off. So it's
It's interesting. I don't see. But yeah, basically, I think they'd have to take it and run with Randy and give Randy and Gunther a bit of a run back with the King of the Ring kind of match and just go from there. I
yeah.
don't see much after that. Maybe we could get Royce Keys.
Yeah, we could if he does go Raw. I could see that being a direction because I don't see who else that they're feuds with. But I don't know if that's a good feud for Royce Keys because Gunther's not losing.
No,
Because
no,
Gunther's only
that's-
lost title matches, and he's still on that like spree, and that record is still getting higher and higher. I don't think they blow it off like that. I think that's a sort of thing that you give to an Obafemi.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what's truly next for Gunther. I'm excited for Monday to see what's up. There's a lot of things I'm looking forward to on Monday, but for the time being, that's that. Next up, we have Sammy versus Drew. I think this is a great match. I think it was a great first defense for Drew. Drew looked great. Sammy's always really good at pulling the underdog. He's always very good at playing dead almost, and like the way he kicks out, like just like
Yeah,
desperation. Like I barely got it in me, but I'm gonna will my
that
way
last
through it.
breath.
Yeah, he's very good with his heart. As for
Yeah,
or for the trading of haluva kicks and claymores, it looked very nice. Like they're both following each other's finishers, like beating each other to it, ducking and dodging, and they because they've wrestled so many times. I like seeing spots like that because like surely by your like 12th match, you know the other person. If not,
yeah,
what are you doing? So I like that
yeah,
they play into that.
yeah. They looked very experienced with each other, and I loved the. You could see the experience and having that like the chemistry that they have together. It was such a good match. You can tell they like obviously they put some practice towards the match, but they didn't need to practice. They have such a good chemistry that they're able to just get in the ring with each other and just throw hands and just put on a good match and not have a direction. They don't need to have just like a. They could have just literally went in there for 30 minutes with no end goal, and Sammy could have won that, and it would have been like, "Yep, makes sense." It was such a good match that like you didn't even know where it was going. There was sometimes it was like, is Sammy gonna pull this off? Like, are they really gonna murder Drew that quickly? Like, yo,
Yeah,
it
they're
was
really good
such a
at
good
playing into the
match.
crowd and giving everyone hope that Sammy might be able to
Yeah,
pull it off. But I'm glad he didn't ultimately because it would have sucked for Drew to lose the title on his first
yeah.
defense because I feel like he's deserving of a lengthier reign. And they had the nasty spot on the outside with the table spot. And then he comes into the ring, and that's when Drew just murders him, catches him with the claymore off of the desperation haluva kick attempt, and then doesn't pin him. Waits for him to get back up just to look him in his eyes and murder him. It
Yeah.
was such a good end to that match, and it was a very solid match. Um, let's hop
Now
over
he's got
now.
a
Go on.
dozen wins to 0.
Yeah, the 12-0 is. Ugh. What's next for Sammy? Do you think?
Um, Sammy's in a weird spot because
Because like, what do we do with him for
like
WrestleMania? I
I,
don't know.
we know how Drew operates. He's not gonna give Sammy a rematch or anything. He's gonna tell Sammy to
Oh,
beat it.
Sammy will have a chamber qualifier. That'll be next for him. He'll win it. He'll go into the chamber. I think Sammy's in the chamber. Cody's in the chamber. Probably Fatu's in the chamber.
Yeah,
A couple other guys that don't know who yet. Maybe Cardona.
maybe
Trick.
like an LA Knight.
Trick. LA Knight. He's Raw side of things. Maybe, but it wouldn't make much sense there. Um, but I think Cody
Just one of
wins
those
the
ones where
chamber.
it's like he could just be kind of like a filler guy.
Yeah. Oh, it's
Just
it's
put some
probably
superstar names in
it's
there.
probably Priest, Alistair Black,
Yeah,
Trick Willie, Cody, Fatu, Sammy. Maybe
it
not
just
Priest or maybe
depends
not
on
Alistair. One of those guys could get traded out.
because like one
Cardona.
thing that has been publicly stated now is we don't know when Roman Reigns is showing up to work, so we don't know who he's going after.
Yeah, but we know.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's just like they could just use that
Yeah,
as an excuse to fill the chamber with whoever they
yeah,
want to fill the chamber with.
yeah. That's true, but I do think there's enough men on the SmackDown side of things. But yeah, if you do want to be like, oh, Roman could go for Drew, then throw in some Raw
Yeah,
guys. But
they can just fill the chamber with who they want if they wait, and it's just kind of an excuse to put big names into the chamber instead of having to fill it with the SmackDown guys.
yeah,
Not saying that the SmackDown doesn't have the capacity to fill it, but it simply just, oh, there's some big names on Raw, and we would love to put them in the chamber. Who's gonna Roman fight? Oh,
yeah. They do like doing that. They like. I know they like to hold on to wins sometimes, because they usually have the Roman will Actually, I don't know if he will because it's Roman. But most of the time, you win the Royal Rumble. On Monday Night Raw, you face to face with that champion. Friday Night SmackDown, you face to face with the other champion. You're like, I don't know who I want. And you wait like a
Yeah,
couple
yeah.
weeks before you make your decision. But, you know, you're always like, oh, maybe. Um, I don't think we get that with Roman just because he doesn't show up to work. So I don't know if he's going to stare down Punk and then go all the way to stare down Drew and be like,
I
because
think
Roman kind of bit himself in the ass here because he's probably going for Punk, but he's publicly called that championship the number two.
yeah, it's
Like he shit all
interesting.
over it, and now he's gonna be probably winning it.
Yeah, it's an interesting one because I think the way they could execute this is we get like a Finn Balor Punk match at the Chamber,
Hmm.
and then Roman shows up, and after CM Punk wins that, he gets a face to face with Punk and Roman at the Chamber main event or something like that, depending on where the match is seated. But I
Yeah,
think we could see that where Roman shows up and face to faces with Punk at the end of that match, and that's what sets up that. And we could have the men's match before it, so
yeah.
it's
I don't.
like,
They always love having the men's match though at the end.
yeah, that's why I'm
So
like,
it's yeah,
I don't. That's where I was like, it depends on where they seed that match, but if they have the men's match before that match, then you could have all of it filled with a bunch of people
do you know what I miss?
with
I
from
miss
Raw
the
and
era
SmackDown.
where like I understand this is like a huge setup for WrestleMania, having the Chamber be for that, and same thing with the Rumble, having like both those back to back. It's like, oh my god, we're in WrestleMania season, we're making all these matches now. But I miss when the titles were defended at the Chamber. You know, like it's so hype knowing that they
Yeah,
could change hands. Like we need just like 1 year coming up here where we have going back to that because like it's so cool to watch a champion defend in the Chamber. Like especially when like early days you'd see like John Cena go in as champion or whoever it is, they're eliminated first. Now there's
yeah.
5 other guys that could win this thing, and you're like, oh
You're like,
shoot,
whoa. You're
who
like,
could it be?
okay. Yeah, we need to see some mix up and some spice. That'd be super cool.
Yeah. But let's head over to the men's Royal Rumble. Starting off, we had Big Oba making his main roster debut, starting off number one in the Rumble. They gave him the pyro, they gave him the fire. The crowd knew what to do. The objective was achieved there. Everyone's chanting his name, doing the Oba. Even like he got that chance like midway through the Rumble. Oba's gonna kill you. Like,
Yeah, he
oh,
was getting it.
he got everything, got the treatment. I'm glad they rolled out the red carpet for Oba. He's a star and he deserves to be shown as such on his debut. And I think he goes raw, and I'm excited to see what he does. Like, it's gonna be
Yeah,
good type TV.
he got presented beautifully. I was slightly scared of all of this like vignette lead up and just showing just the same video package over and over and over and over
And
again.
he shows
And
up and
then
just
like,
gets like
oh,
wiped.
we might change it like one time, like before the Rumble shows up, and you're like, oh, cool, a new video package. Who cares? And then like he shows up at like number 19 or some shit and lasts like 10 minutes, and it's like, why did Oba show up? No, they did this exactly properly for Oba,
Yeah.
and I'm super glad the way that they executed it.
Yeah, I'll go check the Iron Man times. I know Javon got Iron Man, but I'm pretty sure Oba came in second, which is insane.
Yeah, no, he was there for quite a long time, and it was beautiful to see that. And he got a great start too with how many eliminations. He just started murdering people. Like it
Yeah.
was what he murdered, like obviously he quote unquote murdered Braun Breaker because Braun Breaker got jumped by Jake Paul. But yeah, he murdered like 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then finally kind of got like somewhat stopped by the Wepaverse.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he got presented beautifully.
Yeah, Oba had a really good
Uh,
presentation. They ended up taking him solo, taking out Rey Mysterio. He was eating up everyone. Ray was moving a little bit slower than usual. Like he was still moving fast,
yep.
but you could tell he was recently injured. I think he was just trying to like be cautious, but it was definitely
Glad to
noticeable
see
to
him.
me. But yeah, I'm glad he's
Glad to
back.
see him in the ring, and glad to see he's not permanently hurt, and not like permanently hurt, but not off television for a long time, like he was for multiple times in the past couple of years, and it's unfortunate to see him get hurt repetitively. So I'm glad to see that this injury is something that he can deal with and work through and
Yeah.
be cautious over and not actually.
Yeah, he won't miss
I'm
WrestleMania
sure,
again.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say I'm sure there's like a level of he could aggravate it more, but as long as he's smart about it, plays it slow, like we don't need to see him every night showing up to Raws and stuff like that. Like, take your time, nurse that injury, and get your Dominic beat match for that IC title.
Keep on dreaming, buddy. Keep on dreaming.
And then yeah, we had all of those people get murdered by Oba, and they kind of had their cool little showings. Solo did his thing with Oba, Ray did his thing, Rusev showed up and got dumped in, what was it, like 20-30 seconds?
Yeah, I think it only lasted like 40 seconds. It was rough.
Yeah, it was quite short. Matt Cardona died too. And then, yeah, we got the Wepaverse that showed up a little bit and stalled so that Mr. Bouncy could show up. And Javon Evans had a super cool showing too. He really showed up and just started off hot and continued to be hot. And then he just really rolled with it. He had a bunch of super cool spots for the 2 minutes until Mr. Iguana showed up and kind of stole the show. he kind of stole it for a little bit there and got the double choke slam on Laesca from Damian Priest, and that was a fun little thing. Exactly. And then it was like, it felt like the start of the Rumble was rolling really fast, because then it was like, oh, here comes out Mr. Lemon Pepper Stepper Trick Williams. Yeah. And he gets in the ring with his coat on still, and he's just piecing people up with the coat.
Yeah, one thing we needed to talk about more, which we kind of glossed over, was Braun Breaker. He started number 2, right? This got accidentally revealed the night before. On Friday night, it was like, okay, we spoiled it. Fuck. And we're going to make this into a storyline with Paul Heyman confronting Adam Pearce on the pre-show, which then it got changed to number 2. Whatever. And then he doesn't get to participate in the Rumble. He gets jumped by what I presume this Seth's doing, probably getting into Logan Paul's ear. Maybe Logan Paul just hates Braun Breaker for some reason. It could be Austin Theory working on the inside. We don't know who exactly it is. We're leaning Logan Paul based on just like the color of the beard. But yeah, this sets up probably Braun Breaker to go to Seth for Mania. Like, that's probably the direction there. It does suck that we didn't get to see Braun Breaker in the Rumble, because like he had a dominant performance last year. I think he was going to continue that this year, and he didn't end up having that, which it sucks. But I'm glad they have a major storyline with Braun Breaker heading into WrestleMania.
Yeah,
because if he wasn't going to win the thing, I'm glad we have a proper story set up.
Yeah, because I think they did this properly, even by spoiling him showing up in the first. And it's like, oh no, like he's gonna, like. There's a part of me that's like, maybe they spoiled it on purpose.
Nah, they definitely just like
I
covering the trails.
I was gonna say, like, I think they're just like patching up the mistakes that they made. But it's like, did they do it on purpose so then Paul Heyman could show up and do his freak out, or is just Paul Heyman really good at his job to like show up and be like, oh, you changed him from 1 to 2?
Yeah, like, it was sort of like the night before, like they had, because I would have thought it could have been purposeful if it was longer than like half a second. Like they did it and they're like, oh shit, wrong button, misinput. But then they just like that night the Triple H text in the group chat, boys, we gotta pivot, boys, let's move Oba to number 1. Because if it was part of the storyline, why move him? Number 1 was already revealed. Fair. Just put him in number 1, but they pivoted so then Oba could look at that massive pop. The number 1 could be unknown. Cody Rhodes came in a lot earlier than I would have expected. Usually I would expect a name like Cody Rhodes to come in on the back half, but he came in number 11. He had a pretty good showing, got some good eliminations there. He had like a team up elimination with LA Knight on Brock Lesnar during Jose's entrance. We'll go over that a bit later, but he eliminated Trick Williams as well. Cody did good. He did exactly what I wanted him to do in this Rumble. I never expected him to win, because 3 times in 4 years is ridiculous, even for him. So, yeah, he just did good.
Yeah, he showed up, he showed out, and he did Cody Rhodes things.
He got the
and,
full of pyro entrance too. That was fun. They gave that to Rhea as well. Those are,
we'll
you know, you can tell
talk
those are the
about-
top stars.
We can talk about what happened to Cody Rhodes for what he did to LA Knight, but talk about that later. But one of my favorite parts of the Rumble is the El Grande entrance into the original El Grande entrance, which I was predicting before the Rumble even happened. I said it the week before. I was like, if Chad Gable returns, do you know how funny it would be if he returns as El Grande and then another El Grande shows up? And they did it in the inverse where they had El Grande, which is, we know, Ludwig, but they had him show up, and then right after they had Chad Gable show up, and it was awesome to see that executed, and it was a little cherry on top that I predicted it, but yeah, no, that was one of my favorite parts of the Rumbles. We got Chad Gable back, but he also came back as El Grande Americano, and it was like, wait a minute.
They did the Spider-Man meme. We'll just point at each other. Yeah, it was awesome. But yeah, that was definitely something that they needed to do. Like, knowing that Chad Gable was coming back, this is the perfect way to do it. I don't know if this has legs to go to WrestleMania for like El Grande versus El Grande. We could see. We're definitely going to see that match at some point. Maybe we have like a little bit of a trilogy with the El Grandes, because we could even get like Brutus Creed and what's the other guy's name?
What do I want to call him? Apollo.
No.
Brutus and
Julius Creed.
Yep, Julius.
Yep, the Creeds. We could have them dressing up as Bravo and whatever the other guy's name is, and have the tag team off and do like a 3-on-3 sort of match.
Bravo and Rio.
Yeah, Bravo and Rio, whatever it is. We could have them do a 3-on-3 sort of thing, leading up to the 1v1, and then we could have the ultimate match, which is the mask removing match.
Yep.
Where I think Chad Gable should lose that in the long run, because I want Chad Gable back, and Ludwig is so over in AAA. He can keep the gimmick. He's earned it.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
We
got the after that, we got the presentation of the newly signed WWE superstar, Royce Keys.
Yeah.
Where he looked massive showing up, and just, wow, that's a big boy. Like,
yeah.
We're in for a treat getting him to show up. So he did pretty good in the Rumble. He had a good, nice showing. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it was around a 10-minute time frame that he had in there. Sound about right?
Yeah, that sounds right. I'll double check that for you.
He had a nice showing, and I don't think he overstayed his welcome.
Yeah, 9 minutes and 55 seconds, like on the dot.
Yeah. So I don't think he overstayed his welcome. I think he had a nice little showing, and he did pretty good there. I
really like what they did on the Titantron with the Powerhouse Hobbs, like breaking into Royce Keys. They already have merch out on him. I don't know if you've seen it. It's nothing special, but they've already have merch out. He had some good face-offs with like the likes of Cody Rhodes. We had the Ultimate Elimination. He eliminated Damian Priest, which he could now be feuding with Priest. Probably if he goes SmackDown, that's probably where it's gonna go. But if he goes to Raw, which I actually don't know where he ends up, but if he goes to Raw, he has the whole Vision to feud with because he was eliminated by Bronson Reed, and I feel like that's a good guy for Bronson Reed to have a feud with.
Yeah, no, he's got options. He could go to SmackDown or Raw. I extremely hope he doesn't go to NXT, because I don't think he deserves to be there. I don't think they do him like that. But
if Oba's going to Raw, put Royce Keys on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Already like going face to face with Cody Rhodes. You can go down that route eventually. They have history there. He could feud with like an Aleister Black. Obviously Damian Priest will probably be first off. I know he could go crazy. Like, just don't announce him. Have him show up on the Open Challenge for the U.S. title. That's how his first match, just an introduction.
And hell, they could even just get him to win that. Like,
oh yeah, they could do that too. It depends how hard they want to push him here.
Yeah. But yeah, no, he had a great showing. Austin Theory, he showed up for the Vision.
Yeah.
And we kind of got that start of, oh, here comes the Vision.
Yeah, you got Austin
And
Theory, Bronson Reed back to back.
yeah, I was gonna say it was right back to back because here comes Austin Theory and Bronson Reed. So that was I would want to say interesting, but I wouldn't even say it was like interesting, but it was unexpected. I didn't think they'd be back to back.
Yeah, and I want to say this is where the Rumble sort of slows down a bit because like after Royce Keys, I think until LA Knight comes back, it's kind of just like whatever. Nothing really major happens. Like sure we have La Parka dancing around, but yeah, nothing like we get like La Parka and Dragon Lee to come in for the Vision to have some more eliminations. Then we have Dragon Lee. Logan Paul's, or sorry, I already said Dragon Lee. Logan Paul, he was the backup for the Vision as well. He came in there as well, but nothing really happened around that time frame.
Unfortunately, like just mathing out it, like give or take 12 minutes of kind of like a dead zone.
Yeah,
which kind of sucks. It was like there was fun moments. Like it was like, oh, cool to see La Parka showing up, but this is one thing that's just unfortunate. I don't think Saudi was very versed with AAA, so La Parka showing up, the crowd was like crickets. You could hear the crickets creaking in the distance because it was so late there.
And then in the grand scheme of things, that show up does nothing.
Yeah,
it didn't really matter.
Like, that could have been Finn Balor right there, and that would have been a much better entrance. I'm gonna say it.
Yeah.
So that would have even sparked up a bit more of a crowd pop too. Like I think that was a bit of a fumble there, having La Parka there and not Finn Balor.
Yeah.
Because my thought process that would have been executed really cool is La Parka shows up and Finn Balor jumps him to take the spot.
Yeah,
so you could have still had La Parka show up, and you could have been like, "Oh, here's your like."
Yeah, pull like the Carmelo Hayes last year where he just jumps.
Yeah.
Tozawa get speed in the Rumble.
So it could have been cool.
Then we had your boy LA Knight return from his hiatus from getting beat down by the Vision, and he comes in there and he starts eliminating the Vision. He takes out both Bronson Reed and Austin Theory. LA Knight actually had a really good showing. He got to eliminate Brock Lesnar. Being a part of that is massive. That's usually always a big deal when Brock gets eliminated. So LA Knight being attached to that is really good for him. He also got eliminated by Cody Rhodes, which is a big name. So like LA Knight, I don't think he was ever gonna win the thing. So like him having this sort of showing it's good. Like it's a good stepping stone. We'll see what happens from here. But what do you think about it?
I don't think he was winning it. Like I don't think you can expect him to just show up and like. It's an unfortunate thing to say because I know there's a very large community out there on the internet that would like to see this, where he does just show up and be like, "I'm the big bad wolf and I'm gonna beat everyone."
Yeah.
But that's just not how LA Knight's booked. It's just not the reality that we live in right now.
Yeah.
And him getting the way he got booked just to take out the Vision. They are the big bad wolf right now, so he might be starting to be kind of booked at this like superhero face.
Yeah, and I think this is like the Vision as a whole. Braun Breaker's going to be paranoid. I think if he gets confirmation that it's not Seth, he's not going to trust any of the Vision members. They're all going to be like distressed about that, trying to help him. And if it is Logan Paul, we'll have like that infighting, and who can like sneak through the cracks and take out the Vision members one by one.
You know what I just thought of?
Knight. Yeah, go on.
This is a small chance, and I don't think it is. But what if it was LA Knight that took out Braun Breaker? What if they go by that route? Because LA Knight could be opening that. But I just thought of that now. Like,
but why be
takes out Braun Breaker?
That one doesn't. Really,
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It doesn't really line up, but at the same time, he gets to show up, take out Braun Breaker, like gets in his head that there's a masked person, and then he also kind of interferes, and like Braun Breaker's like, oh, there's these, everybody's after me. It's just LA Knight. LA Knight's just playing mind games stuff. Yeah, it's just LA Knight coming to get you.
That's funny.
Like he's taking out your whole team, so it could be something. The way that WWE's played this is like anybody could show up as the masked man, and that's the way they like doing it.
Yeah,
so it could be interesting.
After LA Knight, we had Brock Lesnar come in, and he does the Brock Lesnar thing, just tosses out Ray
Yeah,
Phoenix like
Suplex City.
he's a bag of potatoes. Ends up taking out Obafemi, which now that sort of sets up like, do we get the WrestleMania match of Brock Lesnar versus Obafemi?
Yeah.
And if we do have the
Like,
payoff, does Oba win? I hope so.
no Brad, no Wada, just me. Like that's a match.
Yeah.
We had the Miz show up, which
Eh.
I thought was like
A wasted spot.
Yeah,
It's sort of like
that was another like
that's like what I thought of Zelina. The Miz and Zelina, one and the same. Like, what are you doing here?
yeah, just like showed up just because they kind of like I don't know if we can call Zelina the same as the Miz, but the Miz kind of just got like an honorary like, yep, you've been here for a long time, you're a decorated like superstar for us,
Yeah.
so we're just gonna put you
Like,
in the Rumble.
the only reason why he's there is he's stat padding, because like he's one away from tying the most appearances in the Rumbles. So
Yeah, so that's why it's like I get it for the Miz. That's why it's like I don't think you can really say the same for Zelina unless she's been in every Rumble since they've started doing women's Rumbles.
I think it's
But I
only
don't
Natalia and Liv.
Okay, so yeah, that's why I was like, I don't think she even classifies for that. So, what's the point of her?
Could have
I
given
kind
that
of get
spot
the
to
Miz.
like a Blake Monroe.
Yeah, like I kind of get the Miz, but like whatever.
Yeah. Um.
Ray Phoenix was also
Also,
cool,
yeah.
but didn't really do a whole lot. Like
Just got tossed
it was
out
cool to
by
see
Brock.
that. Yeah.
It sucks because like him and Penta, they're not treated equally.
No, they're not.
And then we had Jey Uso coming out, Yeaton taking his time. I think he just got like stuck behind everyone. Yeah, it was tough to see because then like Brock got eliminated while the whole crowd just eating around.
Yeah, you could literally see the whole crowd not even looking at the ring when Brock gets eliminated. And
yeah,
it was a cool moment for Brock to get eliminated there as well.
yeah, especially because it's LA Knight got some of that rub. Because usually Brock Lesnar eliminations are make or break for some people. So
yeah, it was that. Yeah, that was an unfortunate moment, but
we got Roman right
half
after.
The problem I was gonna say half the problem there was like Jey Uso trying to get through the crowd.
Yeah,
because unless it was timed to be the way it was timed, because we got Jay to actually get to the ring, and then Roman big bro Jey Uso, and he was like, "Hey, by the way."
Yeah,
like he was like, everybody likes me more than you. Get Eld. So
he came in there. He's like, "Let's run it back."
Yeah, like, oh, let's run it back, and then bitched him.
Yeah,
and then like we got the whole family tree kind of thing there with Fatu coming out too.
Yeah, it was Jey Uso, Roman Reigns, Fatu, all back to back to back. It was kind of funny. I was mad at the moment. I was like, Jey Uso, what are you doing? So he gets bitched by Roman, right? He gets slapped up, gets betrayed, and then he turns around and hits a 1D with him. Like, brother, what are you doing? Why are we teaming up with Roman Reigns? He just beat your ass. Because he was pulling Cody off him as well. He was, I was like, man. But Fatu came in. Fatu didn't have a big presence in this Rumble. He definitely had like the stuff with Cody, got a stare down with Roman, but I think he had the same stare down with Roman last Rumble.
Yeah, I think Fatu just kind of suffered from, like, he should have been where the Miz was, and the Miz, like, I know they wanted to have the family, but they could have moved up Jey Uso, Roman Reigns, and Fatu to where the Miz and Ray Phoenix were, and have the Miz and Ray Phoenix come in after Fatu, and you could have had like Penta and Ray Phoenix back to back, and have like. I think they just suffered from not having enough time in the ring. Jacob Fatu just should have had more time there. That's the only issue.
Yeah. But it was a good way that he got eliminated. Like, he was distracted by the Cody Rhodes Drew McIntyre. Like, Cody gets eliminated by Drew out of nowhere, which is, it continues that sort of saga. And then Jacob Fatu staring them down. He's like, what the heck just happened? And then Roman tosses him out. And he wasn't really paying much attention to Roman. He was more focused on this. And I feel like this is the direction we're going for WrestleMania. I think we're getting Cody versus Drew versus Fatu. And I think that'll be a really good story, because like Cody, ever since losing the title, has been putting on like a hell of a story with Fatu and Drew, and done a killer job. I think he's gonna take that chase back. I think he's gonna win the Elimination Chamber and find his way there. And Fatu can easily just insert himself in because Cody can't be in the Fatu position because Drew said no rematches. You can't get another title shot unless you win the Elimination Chamber. Then you're guaranteed that title shot. Where Fatu doesn't have that stipulation over his head, so he can get in that triple threat because he's like, whoa, no, I ain't done with either of you. Yeah.
And then we had Penta come in after Fatu. Penta also didn't really do a whole lot. He was just kind of a cool spot. He was there. He showed up, got eliminated eventually, and then we had Randy show up, who started hitting some RKOs, and some power slams. He was doing double DDTs. He was doing everything.
He hit that RKO on Penta, and he pushed his body. He hit that RKO on Javon. Javon also crazy performance. We didn't really glossed over him. He did really well in this Rumble. He did the crazy sell on the Samoan drop where Jacob Fatu tossed him so high up. Javon, phenomenal talent. He deserved Iron Man. I'm so glad they gave it to him. And
we did gloss over him. He did an absolute phenomenal job during this.
Even early on, jumping over Oba and dodging and ducking Damian Priest and Nova Femi. So good.
Yeah, no, he was great.
He had a lot of moments where he was dangling there, oh.
yeah, he did a couple of those spots. And we had a limping Gunther come to the ring as well.
Yeah, number 30, Gunther.
Number 30.
A lot of people are disappointed, I'd imagine, because they want that 30 spot to be a surprise, a return or something. Instead, we had Old Yeller limping down the ring.
Take him out back and put him down because he's not doing much in this Rumble.
Makes it to the final too.
Yeah, I was gonna say Rose still pulls out the final too, which they're really building Gunther to be that guy. Oh my,
he had a good little mini match with Roman. I mean, it wasn't much because he kept spamming choker because that's all he knows. But it was good. I do think they'll have a really good match if we ever get one, because I think that could happen if Roman does take this title from Punk. Then Gunther could definitely challenge for it. But overall,
I can see that.
Then we have Roman winning the Rumble. Do you think this is the correct choice?
This one's an interesting one. I don't think it's the wrong choice because it's Roman Reigns. But I am gonna just put it out there. Roman, show up to work. I am begging you.
Yeah.
Please show up and put on at least a 5-minute promo every other week. I'm not asking for every week. Every other week. That's all I'm asking, buddy. Show up to work. Because, it's... If he doesn't show up to work and he literally takes off a month and a half, and gives us a couple weeks of a Mania build, it's I don't think it was the right choice then, I'm going to be honest. I think it was a poor choice to show up and do a couple weeks of promo battles with Punk and then win, and he might show up once a month to do a promo and talk some shit and then fuck off. I don't know.
Yeah, but
I need Roman to be active.
But I do think Roman Punk is definitely a WrestleMania match.
Yep.
And I don't know how else we get there, because then who do we give the Rumble one to? Because on the other side of things, it's Cody, and we don't want to give the Rumble one to Cody again. So it's just
I think we could have. Have we ever had somebody win the Rumble and the Elimination Chamber and both declare for the same person?
No.
Because I wonder if we could have had a Fatu win the Rumble.
Yeah, but then,
and then we could have had just Cody win the Elimination Chamber.
A lot of people would feel like that's a waste. You're winning both of them. They're like, yeah, we both want Drew.
It could have just been an interesting twist on it. Because it just... I hate Roman not showing up to work when he's in an important position. Because he'll be we'll get the bullshit where it's under one roof. Bro, we shouldn't be getting advertised you showing up to work, basically.
Yeah.
But then again, we kind of loop back to the, okay, yeah, Braun Breaker could have won, and I would have been fine with that.
Yeah. I do think them going Braun Breaker Seth does make a lot of sense. Like, if we're not going to put Braun Breaker in that title match, this is the next best thing for him.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't think we really had many options to win, though. Like you said, like, could have had Cody Rhodes win again, but, like, I don't think people wanted that.
yeah.
LA Knight could have won, but it was, like, not likely because him inserting himself into, like, saying screw the Vision, I'm just going for my title shot, and the Vision could still be like Braun Breaker's like, oh, I'm gonna screw you up because you took my title shot now, that kind of idea.
Yeah.
um yeah, Roman winning, like, yep, that's got storyline behind it. And then I think Fatu winning had storyline behind it, and we could have had Randy win, but I think at the end of the day Roman makes the most sense.
Yeah.
It just really hinges on him showing up to work.
Yeah, I think if it wasn't going to be Braun Breaker, I'm fine that it's Roman. The other side of things we already discussed was Cody, Drew, Fatu. I definitely think that's the right thing. If they don't include Fatu in there, I don't like it as much. Like, if we just have Cody
No.
versus Drew, we've had that match a lot recently, and I don't want it
Yeah,
again.
like-
Oba, Brock, discuss that. That could be good. Who do we think Liv goes for? Like, I think obviously it's going to be the women's world championship, but does Raquel actually dethrone Stephanie? I think so. Is there a chance where we go Liv versus Stephanie at Mania? Or maybe we get a triple threat, Liv versus Stephanie and Raquel. Maybe we get like another triple threat, which without Stephanie, we get Liv versus Raquel versus Roxanne. Get her in the mix. The full Judgment Day breakup. Because that has legs too.
I think there's two things in my mind that are the most likely. We either see Raquel beat Stephanie, and then Liv shows up and beats on Raquel after Raquel beats Stephanie, and we get like a good long match out of it, and it's not like a squash match or anything like that.
Mhm.
Or Liv costs Raquel during the Stephanie match, and we get a Liv versus Stephanie. Because I think both of those are a good Mania. Like, there's a title match behind it.
I think Liv Raquel, the better story, obviously.
Liv Raquel is the better story, but it just depends on how much WWE wants to really propel Stephanie to be that main event character for them, because she's already over with the crowd. So do they want to continue to just keep her being over? And
I think we could find something else for her.
I think we could find something else for her as well, but I think, not me personally saying this, just a thought that I think WWE could have. They could be scared of Stephanie without a belt because they don't know where to go with her in the story. So at least they can have her have a belt and just have people come to her for feuds.
Put her against Julia. Have that be the US match on Mania. So that's gonna bang.
Yeah.
But there's a lot that you could do with her without the belt. I agree. It does put Stephanie in a weird place. Like, I don't know where they go with her after that, but I want to see Raquel win.
Yeah. It just depends on how afraid the WWE is, because I think it is the easiest for them to book matches where it's like, okay, she's the champion, let just shit come to her. And then by Mania, she can totally comfortably lose to Liv and just be like, all right, now where do I go from here? Like, I gotta work my way back to a championship level.
Yeah.
So it just depends on, like, not a personal level for me, but just how WWE thinks about it. Because I also want to see Raquel win, and then we get that Liv Raquel match. I think that's the most fun.
Because if we don't do the tag team, we'd have Stephanie in the chamber. That could be fun. The Bella Twins versus Rio. Do we see that being a Mania match, or do we see that? Do we blow that off before?
I think WWE probably blows that off before.
Because last year from Unreal, the stuff that was posted, the Bella Twins and Judgment Day was supposed to be a SummerSlam match.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, I think...
So they obviously see them on this caliber.
Yeah, I was going to say they want it to be on a high caliber. But I don't know, like, because I haven't watched Unreal yet. I don't know if you've watched or saw clips of explaining the situation behind why it didn't execute. But I think they made the decision not to pull it off because they went,
Liv was
maybe this
injured.
isn't
that was it.
Okay, that's what it was. I
Yeah,
was gonna say I
because
forget exactly what it was.
we even had that moment where Nikki and Liv got to stare each other down. I was like,
Right.
oh, we got to pay that off finally, because like it's been so long, because like they were feuding before Liv got hurt, and I think it was supposed to go. It's to have that match at Evolution, and then it would continue into a storyline where eventually she gets her backup being her twin sister, brings her on screen, and then we get the SummerSlam match.
Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't think that needed to be a SummerSlam match. Personally speaking, at least, I would have been cool with that on just like a random Raw or SmackDown or
Yeah,
whatever.
but
Like it would
they
have been.
see they obviously see the Bella Twins high, and
Yeah.
Liv wouldn't miss SummerSlam. That was in her
No, no.
hometown.
Just an interesting one
Yeah,
because of the timing of it now. Because I don't know if they'll Mania match it or not. Because
yeah.
they have so much potential
But like,
for this
let's look
Mania.
at the other tag teams, because I'm assuming Rio carries it into WrestleMania.
I think so.
And if so, Judgment Day off the table.
Hmm.
Kairi Sane and Asuka, the Kabuki Warriors, definitely. I think they're off the
Probably gonna be
table.
off the table by
Yeah.
then. Yeah.
Charlexa, I assume they break up pretty soon as well.
Hmm.
Lash Legend Nia Jax, please no, not let's not have that be the Mania match. Bailey Lyra, I'd
Hmm.
rather see them do their own thing. I think that's like everyone, right, for the tag teams, and then what the Julia one, but she's a champ herself, so should know.
Yeah, that doesn't really make sense. Um, yeah, I don't think there's much. I think
Yeah,
that's it. I think that'd be so.
because I think if
The,
we do have the tag teams last till the Chamber, and that really be the breaking point for all of them. Like they don't win that match, the Bellas win it, they squeeze it out, and then that's how we set it up. Even if we don't do the chamber stuff, then I think they can implode before then. Like as soon as this week, like by the end of this week, I think we'll know like more of the direction of where we're going.
yeah, yeah. Because I don't know the level. Like they could. I know. I don't want to even say this, and you don't want to hear this, but they could say, you know what? We're gonna give this Lash Legend Nia Jax. We're gonna push them into Mania. I want to see how well Nia or Lash Legend can do. Like it's not really like the Nia push; it's the Lash push.
I'm frowning. Um, no, I wouldn't want to see that happen. I think like if you want to push Lash, give her singles. Like have her feud with Nia. Have that be a
Yeah,
thing.
that'd be a much better
Yeah,
option.
that I think like even that I don't love Nia matches. She's definitely grown on me since I've started, but I would be excited for Nia versus Lash. At least it's something new for both of them. I would like that. Becky Lynch we probably see going up against AJ Lee. I think for the time being she's with Natalia, Maxine, and I think eventually we get that AJ Lee return, whether it be at the Elimination Chamber or soon after. What do we see Gunther doing? There's no one to retire at Mania. Um, I think
Yeesh.
maybe Orton. That's like the guy he touched the most in the Rumble.
Yeah, Randy.
Could do like LA Knight, because I don't know what LA Knight does either. There's a lot of up in the airs for this Rumble or for this Mania.
Yeah, I don't really know where like that breaks down because
El Grande versus El Grande.
like Gunther is in a very weird position because he's trying to retire people, and you don't want to put people in a position to retire earlier than they want to.
Yeah.
So, like one name that came to mind that I don't know if they would be ready for it or not yet, but like we could see Rey Mysterio versus Gunther retirement match.
Ooh.
Like, is Rey at that point? Because he keeps getting these
He
injuries.
doesn't wanna. He doesn't want to be there, but we'll
He doesn't
see.
want to be there, but like, does his body want to continue, or can it only get him to Mania? Like, can he like take it easy, get to Mania, have his final match, and see you later? But then also, would he probably want his final match just to be with his son?
Yeah. I don't
Finally
know.
put Dom over
Yeah.
and let him win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Without the
I
help
feel like
of
that would
Liv,
probably,
yeah.
I feel like that would probably be the Rey Mysterio way out. So, I really don't know if Gunther goes and retires someone. So
Yeah,
it's
I
an
don't
interesting
think
one.
he has a retirement match at Mania unless it's Jericho. If we get Jericho
Maybe.
back, then retire him there.
The only thing that, and when I say this, 1% chance. The only thing that I could see happening is the reason why AJ took his gloves with him is he's gonna ask a rematch against Gunther to get back into the WWE.
That wouldn't sit right with me if they did that, because like, why make the retirement this big thing? Like, playing with fans' emotions like that, never good.
Never know. That's why I said like 1% chance, but it's just like, is that why AJ took his gloves with him? That's why I'm like, just like,
Mm,
why do you take his gloves with him? Like,
yeah.
that's where my brain goes with that one. Like, that's why it's a 1%er. I don't think it's likely whatsoever, but like, is WWE doing some bad booking here and saying like, all right, you're actually gonna come back at WrestleMania and fight Gunther? Doubt it, but
Yeah.
eh?
Yeah, I don't know what Gunther does. I don't know what's next for the WrestleMania stuff. I guess we'll see how this week goes. But I
uh,
think that like concludes everything. Unless you
yeah,
gotta.
no, I think the only thing that really we can end it off on is like, welcome to a new era,
Oh boy.
because that's where we're at now. We're in a new era again, I guess.
Yeah, every week's a new era. Every time the moon changes colors, we get a new era.
Welcome.
Welcome to the new era.
Yeah,
It's
it's a
going to
great
be
one.
epic.
New era.
Yeah.
But yeah, enough of making fun of Triple H and his new eras. And yeah, that was a great little podcast there. It was a great Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
I want to thank everybody for popping off and showing up.
Yeah.
Make
Well,
sure to like and subscribe. It'd be greatly appreciated.
yeah, if you
Comment.
managed to stay this long, thanks for trooping through. We'll get better at
Yeah.
this. We promise.
Yeah, make sure comment too as well. Let us
Hey,
know
leave
if
some
we
feedback.
yeah, need to improve on anything that you want us to see, or just let us know that we did a great job, because we love to hear any feedback whatsoever.
Thank you everyone for watching. It's been That One Cactus and my friend Kyle, and we'll be signing off now. Goodbye.
See ya.